Hello and welcome back to Chance Myanmar. It's great to see you again. I hope you've done your homework from the last lesson. Today, we are going to take a look at structuring business emails. Are you ready? Let's get started. By the end of this lesson, you will understand the structure, the format, and the tone of business emails, and you will have more confidence writing a business email. Let's get started. Let's think about why we write business emails. Number one is to clarify. We may need to clarify some point, some information. We may need to confirm. We may need to follow up, and we will have to give information or give an update. We will ask and answer questions, and we will need to thank people. So what we're going to do today, we are going to go through some useful expressions, start to finish, that you can use to compose a business email. Let's take a look at some salutations. These are just greetings. So what would you say in a formal business email? Well, we've got hey. Would you say hey? Not quite. I think you'd start your email with dear. If you have a colleague and you're on good terms, then you may use a more informal salutation like hey or hi. But to be formal, if you don't know someone, you should say dear sir or madam. This is if you do not know someone. If you do know the name of the person that you're writing, then you need to say dear Mr., Mrs., and their surname. If you want to be a little more informal, so you're on speaking terms with the person, then use their name. This will usually happen in second emails after you've communicated already. You can go to a first name basis. What about if you're sending an email to lots of people at the same time? Well, a good way to do this is to say dear all. If you want to be more informal, then you can say hi everybody, hi everyone. Now, how do we greet warmly? We have our salutation now, we need to say something nice. By greeting warmly, we can open up a nice relationship with the person that we're emailing. So there's a number of ways that we can do this. Let's have a look at some of these examples. I hope this email finds you well. So this means that you hope the person you're emailing is well and they're okay. This is a very nice way to start an email. It was a pleasure to meet you. Perhaps you met a person at a conference, at a networking event, and you are following up on some business. You could say, it was a pleasure to meet you. I hope you had a good weekend. Perhaps you're emailing your boss or a colleague, and it's now Monday. You've got work to do. I hope you had a good weekend. This is a nice, warm greeting. Next, I am glad we had a chance to meet at the fill in the blank, the networking event, the conference, the meeting. And finally, I hope you are enjoying the holiday. If you're a serious worker, then you're probably sending some emails during the holiday. Write these down, practice them. First, dear sir, madam, I hope this email finds you well. Start putting these together. Let's move on to the introduction of your email. This is just a sentence to let the reader know what you are writing about. Remember, you need to be clear and concise. So, how do you be clear and concise? Well, you can use some of these sentences to tell the reader what this email is about. So, let's have a look at them. And I want you to think about the structures. And as we go through, I want you to try and complete these sentences. Think about the last business email that you sent or may have to send in the future. So, I am writing to ask you about. How could you complete that? I am writing to confirm. I am writing to inquire. I am writing to check. I am writing to invite. How would you finish those? I am writing to follow up on. To follow up on. This is to check something, maybe in a second communication. This email is to let you know that. How would you complete that? I am reaching out because reaching out here means I am contacting you. I am reaching out to you because, and I am writing you with regards to. I am writing regarding, I am writing concerning, and then you need to fill in the blanks. The next part of the email is the detail. This is the body, and this is all about the supporting detail. You should be clear about what you want, and you should do this in short paragraphs, usually no more than 2 short paragraphs. Remember, clear and concise. Now, if you've got lots that you need to add, you might think about sending some attachments. In the body, there will be requests and actions. These are specific calls to action. What do you want? When do you want it by? How do you want it done? You need to be really, really specific. Think, professional people, they have busy days. They do not have time to read 100 emails. Be clear and precise. So, think, who needs to perform what action? And when does it need to be completed by? This is what you need to answer when you're writing these types of emails. Some phrases that we can use for attachments include, please find attached, and then you're going to put the document here. Whatever you're going to attach, you need to fill it here. So please find attached the report for 2020. I'm enclosing document. You try. The attached file contains, and then whatever the file contains. Here's the document we discussed. I want you to write these down because this is going to follow on from the salutations, the introductions. All of these phrases that we're going to go through is going to compose a nice business email. Now let's take a look at some more phrases that you can use in the body of your email. Now, if you have inquiries or you need to make them, there are some nice questions that you can ask or may be asked. So let's have a look. I'd be grateful if you could, and then you're going to make the inquiry. What do you need to happen? What action do you need? I was wondering if you could, if possible, I'd like to know, what do you need to know? Remember, who, what, when, where? These are all questions that you can ask. Clarification. There may be times that you need to clarify some point that has been made. You could say, could you please clarify the points you made in the meeting? If I understood you correctly, you would like me to, then you're going to be sure what you have to do. This is very, very important. Don't be afraid to double check points and things said. It's vital. The next is scheduling. So maybe you need to set up some meeting or you have to book some flights. You will have to schedule. So I'd like to schedule a meeting. Think about the day and be careful with your prepositions. If you are available. So I'd like to schedule a meeting on Thursday if you are available. Finally, would you be available on Monday? You could go further by saying, would you be available on Monday to discuss the proposal? We are now moving towards the close of the email. But before you do that, you may need to get a reply from the person you're sending the email, or you may need to offer assistance. So how can you do that? Let's take a look at some phrases you can use to get a reply and to offer assistance. So, I look forward to seeing you. I would appreciate your help in this matter. And please let me know if this works. Please let me know if you are available. Please let me know if you can. Please let me know if you need to reschedule. you may need to offer assistance. So these are some useful phrases that you can use and very, very common. You've probably already seen them. Let's take a look at them. Please do not hesitate to contact. If you require any further information, please do not hesitate to contact me. In the meantime, if you need any further information, please do not hesitate to contact me. These are very, very nice. Finally, we are at the end of the email, and now you need to sign off. So how do you do that? Well, you can use sincerely, which is quite formal, but if you want to be less formal, then you can go with kind regards, best regards, and warm regards. Remember, these are less formal. Yours sincerely will be used when you know the name of the person that you are emailing. However, yours faithfully should be used if you do not know the name of the person. So if you are writing to whomever it may concern, or dear sir and madam, you should sign off using yours faithfully. Congratulations! You completed this lesson on structuring business emails. Before we finish this lesson, I want to give you some tips to take away. Tip number 1, remember to keep your emails clear and concise. Stick to the point. Facts, facts, facts. That's all you need. Remember, most people are too busy to have to dig through an email for the important information. Tip number 2, remember the level of formality needed in the email. Think about the different greetings that we've been through and think about the different closings. They're not always going to be the same. An email to your boss is going to take a different tone than an email to your colleague. Tip number 3, think about your spelling and grammar. If possible, make sure you find some sort of application that you can use to check your grammar and your spelling. It will be really, really helpful. Small mistakes here, very, very unprofessional. We're not quite finished. I want to give you some homework. Your homework this week is to find a business email online and respond to it. Thanks for coming, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Keep practicing.